Yo, what's happening here? Sned with another little update. This one's for Atomic. I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. Let's go ahead and jump into it, shall we? So for the loadout we are rocking Spore, Powered Atom Assault, and then we're taking the Soul Signature, Neo Venom, Nuclear Burst, Mega Beams. Okay, this is a ranged loadout, like mid-range. I wouldn't really call it range. I mean, it's got a bit of range to it, but it's not bad. If you do not have Spore, I would recommend dropping out for Radiation Shower. This will just do a lot of damage. Sadly, I don't think Atomic has DOT potential. It just kind of is what it is. So yeah, that's what I would swap out for that if you don't have that. So yeah, let's go ahead and do a couple passes, shall we? Let's jump into it. Before we do a pass, I am running the Mega Totality, Emon, Candle, Strategist card, and a Gemini. So let's go ahead and do a quick little pass for everyone. I will show you the range of this. As you can see, we are hitting quite far out, so it has got a little bit of range. Let's go ahead and reset that real quick. So the range really isn't that bad. Okay. In terms of my allies, we are rocking Superman, Starfire for the weapon buff, and John Stewart for the combo. So let's go ahead and jump in, shall we? Let's get it. So as you can see, we did pull an 11k, 11 mil. It does drop off pretty hard though. We're averaging about 9 to 11, providing if we're getting extra buffs and stuff. So it's really not bad for Atomic. Atomic's always been like on the lower spectrum anyway, in terms of a range loadout. It just kind of is what it is. If you do want to go melee, on the other hand, then I would highly recommend just dropping this for this move, and then you would literally just rinse and repeat that move. Like so. But I kind of want to stick to range, but as you can see, we're roughly around the similar sort of mark between a 10 to a 8 mil. So yeah, it just kind of is what it is. Sadly, that is just sadly what it is. If you didn't want to run Candle, you could drop Candle. You could run, you could drop that for Quiz. I mean, let's do another pass with Quiz here. I think it's around the same. The thing is, like, if you're in content and you catch people out with the EOG, you're gonna steal most of their damage, right? And that's what a lot of people have been doing lately. So I just decided, you know what, I've got an EOG. I'm just gonna be a dickhead as well and just steal everyone's damage, I don't do it to my friends. but like to pugs and randoms, yeah, sure. So as you can see, we pulled a 10.2 with a Quizlet. So that being said, you're actually pulling more with no, I don't want to permanently delete that. You're actually pulling more with the Gemini setup. That's why I'm kind of rocking it, because we're pulling that 11 mil. What you originally saw, if I scroll all the way back up, you will see that 11.2. So yeah, it just is what it is. Sadly, just it's one of them things. In terms of way that we're spec'd, obviously we have one into dual wield, super speed, iconic power, and then the rest in the stat points is super powered, critical attack chance, critical attack damage, and then I go might and power, and then after that I'm gonna go to 100 in health. Once I reach 100 in health, then I'm gonna go into precision. Okay, that's the way I'm gonna be doing it. I think that's probably best way of doing things. So yeah, that's pretty much the loadout for Atomic on the DPS side. Let's go ahead and jump into the tank. So with the tank, we are currently running Atomic Reorganization as our main pole. We do have Thermical Explosion just to knock them up, set them off balance, and these two actually work hand in hand together, because you can pole them, knock them up, pole them, knock them up, and it's just rinse and repeat pretty much. We do have Proton Remedy just for a little bit of healing. Also, if we do the 3-piece combo of this move and then we hit that, we do get our Quark Quan Aura, which allows us to take less damage and whatever else, right? Obviously we got Neutrino Blast. This is our bread and butter. This is a group breakout for us as a tank. It's very handy for us as a tank, and I'll explain why, in a little bit. Density is just a phenomenal shield. This is a very, very strong shield for us. And then we have Hard Light Shield. Technically, hear me out, I got a plan, okay? So right now with my artifacts, we're running Distral Refractor, Manacles of Force, Everyman Prototype, Red Tornado, and a transformation card for the extra critical heals, right? Technically, what I'm planning to probably do eventually is I'm probably going to drop this for a scrap, okay? And hear me out, you're probably thinking, why are you going to do that? Well, it's quite comical, actually, because if you think about it, right, a 200 scrap gives you 7% of your max supercharge back, okay? Plus your supercharge is already 20% reduced in cost, right? Plus the cooldown is reduced by 22 seconds. Okay, so if we actually look into this and we go and look at mass density, okay, you can see that it's a 60-second cooldown. So that's already automatically reduced by 20 seconds. So that would be a 38-second supercharge. Okay, that's what that will go down to. If we're being actual precise, that will be a 38-second supercharge. Okay, but not just that. Obviously, the cost of 5,000 is going to be way reduced. So it's going to cost me about, I don't know, like 2,800 or something like that. 3,000, like 3,000, something like that. So like the reduced cost is going to be a lot, right? This is huge for Atomic. I think rocking a scrap would be very good on Atomic as a tank. And the reason why is because of the shield. I mean, it's huge. You know, you're giving the whole entire group 10% control resistance, plus they're just absorbing any damage what is hit at them. It's phenomenal as a supercharge. Probably one of the best supercharges in the game in terms of tanking. So yeah, it's pretty huge. So I might try that once I get my scrap up, if I'm still atomic at that point. Who knows? We'll have to test that theory. But for now, I'm just rocking the transformation card, just for the critical heals from Proton Remedy. Really, it just helps. It just really does help tick the heals a little bit stronger. So yeah, that's what we're kind of doing. In terms of our allies, obviously they never really changed for me as a tank. You know, we're rocking Johnny, we're rocking Hill for the 10% incoming damage when we calculate bot, and then we have Superman. I think these three are very, very fucking strong. I think what makes Johnny very adequate now for a tank is the fact that you're giving everyone defense plus your self defense, but then you're also buffing the group hugely. You know, like if you're might, you're getting 13.5% buff. You know, currently of what I have him at. I mean, that's huge. It's just too big to give away. You know, I think it's very viable as a group to have this. You know, even if other people are rocking him, it doesn't matter. I think having him and just having that extra uptime for this is so beneficial for the group, right? And then obviously calculate bot's heals whenever you take that incoming damage, that 10% of incoming damage. Like I said before, if you take 200,000 damage, you're gonna get a 20k heal. Okay, because that's 10% of 200,000. Okay, so like you gotta look at it as face value as that. You know, it's very nice to use. I mean, you can use like people like Wonder Woman. You know, even Nubia is pretty good apparently. But I don't know. I really like Stack Overflow from Calculator Bot. I think it's very nice. Obviously, our bread and butter, like I said, with our one skill here, Neutrino Blast. This is a group breakout, so this just gives everyone immunity, and it gives everyone that immunity against everything, right? But because we have Superman, the group also gains that damage reduction shield. So it's very, 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 very needed as a tank. I think every tank should be running at Superman, you know, because this is huge. It's just too good to give up, and it's too good to let go. So yeah, that's pretty much the allies. Let's go ahead and hop in to how we spec. Obviously, I've gone staff this time around as a tank. I'm actually really liking a staff. Hear me out. I used to do a one-handed tank all the time, right? I think I'm actually going to stick to staff tanking from now on, because staff tanking is absolutely amazing. It is great. The staff has so many stuns. It's a very, very solid weapon for tanking. I think it's very underestimated. You know, it's a very underestimated weapon. So yeah, definitely try it if you've not tried it, because I'm having a blast. So from there, obviously super speed, we go down. We get dash attack still, because dash attack's a solid ult for me as a tank. You know, like I say, that gives me all the fucking immunity in the world. Plus, I gain a shield from it. It's just huge. It's a very, very solid supercharge. Obviously, we take knockback restraint, and we take knockback resistance. Also, note that because I have a Gemini, technically I could do a Gemini if I was doing an ult, and that would be pretty solid too. I just think scrap at 200 would be insane as a tank. But for now, I'm just rocking transformation card, just trying to be a little bit different, and it seems to be working. I've been having a blast with it. It's really helping the heals come back to me, so it's really nice to rock. So yeah, that's the super speed. And then iconic powers, obviously we go down and just grab the ones what we kind of need. I did grab Spore just in case I wanted to do like some kind of little bit of damage or some shit, do you know what I mean? But you always take Amazonian Deflection, Hard Light Shield, Throw Foam Bloom, and you always grab your Super Strength as a tank. These are a must. You can grab Lasso if you want to. I personally just don't waste my fucking skill points anymore on Lasso. For a single target taunt, I just kind of use the one where, you know, the one from the tree. I can't actually remember what it is with Atomic. Is it this one? No, it's not that one. What is the single target taunt for Atomic? Is it Neutron Bomb? No. Is it Particle Beam? Particle Beam. Here you go. Taunts a single target. So yeah, Particle Beam is a single target taunt. So realistically, you know, I just don't waste that skill point anymore. For Lasso, it's just kind of meh. You know, if I had the Lasso artifact, maybe I would, but like I don't have that, so I'm not gonna waste a skill point on it. It's just kind of irrelevant. In terms of how we're spec, we are super powered. And then we take critical healing chance, critical healing magnitude, and then from there we go straight into health, and then from health we go into dominance. The reason why I go dominance and not restoration is because it is there's 3 powers. So earth, atomic, and rage goes off of dominance. Okay, the heals are off of dominance, not restoration. They go off of dominance. People don't know this. Okay, where if you spin it around 180 and go fire, or you go ice, then yes, restoration will help you. The thing is with ice, dominance is still gonna help a lot, okay, but the restoration will help too. And the reason why I say this is, hear me out, right? The dominance is gonna help because of your shields, okay? Dominance will make your shields a lot stronger and a lot more effective, okay? But what the restoration will do if you're ice is it will implement stronger heals whenever you're using your shields for regenerative shielding. It will help scale the regenerative shielding in your hand mod to allow you to get better heals, okay? So the way you spec ice is you would probably go half and half, right? You would have to do half. That's just how that would be. You know, you'd max out health, and then you, like for me, for example, I've got 70 here, so I'd have to do like 30 and 30, and then split the 2 into 5 again. Do you know what I mean? So I have 35 per one. Do you know what I mean? And that's how you would do that. That's how I would do it. Or you could go the other route, and you could do what I just do anyway. Sometimes, like, so when I'm fire, I will actually run Restro mod in here rather than the dominance. Okay, that's just how I get down. So yeah, like if you don't want to run the dom in here, you could rock the restoration in this tree. Okay, and then have your big ones as dominance. Always do your big ones as dominance, but the little ones you could get away with the restro. You could do that as fire and ice, and that will help you a lot. Okay, but that's pretty much how you spec. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm pretty sure I've covered everything. You know, just a little quick breeze through again. You know, so you guys know what I'm rocking. So yeah, have a good one. Take care. Enjoy the atomic. Peace.